Hello everyone, welcome for this new session. Okay, in this session we are going to continue yesterday's point only, and that point was harmful microbes. Okay, yesterday we have gone through the three main topics, and it was a quite lengthy lecture. I think it was near about half an hour lecture. Okay, so in that we have learned that how the microbes are harmful for human beings, animals and plants. How they affect on our living process or on our body. Okay, that all those points we have been thoroughly in the disease causing microbes in plants, animals and humans. So still I will take a quick revision on that point. Yesterday we have gone through that different types of microbes which causes the diseases to human beings. I gave you a recent example, that was coronavirus, COVID-19. Okay, what it got, it spread it from the different modes of transmission. Okay, we call them carriers also. What is mean by carriers? Carriers means the things which carry the disease from one person to another person. Obviously, these germs, okay, and whatever the diseases which caused by the microbes are communicable diseases. What is mean by communicable diseases? I have already explained that. Diseases that spread from one person to another person, we call them communicable diseases. And the communicable diseases are spread through the modes of transmissions are air, water, food, direct contact. Okay, these are the some modes of transmission. And then okay, so these harmful bacteria, they directly affect on our immunity system, on our body function, okay, and also on our nervous system. So it is very necessary that whenever we feel illness, or whenever we feel that unhealthy conditions, we should go and visit to the doctor. Okay, so most important thing that we need to avoid is that modes of transmission. That is a very essential topic. Okay, that we need to be careful about it. Okay. If we have gone through the modes of transmission, if we can restrict the disease from there only. See, nowadays government implemented lockdown. Okay, so lockdown is the purpose to break the chain related corona. Okay, how it break the chain? See, it stops the modes of transmission. Whatever the carriers are there. Okay, the government need to restrict them. If suppose someone is suffering from corona, okay, see, corona is spreading from direct contact, it is also by air. Okay, so somewhere it is transmitting. Air means not only that way, but whenever the person who is sick or who is affected by corona, he sneezes and cough, the droplet comes out from the mouth and it will float into the air. Not for that question, because it is quite heavy, so it is settled on the surface, but still it is spreading from that. So what we can do, we can restrict the person, the modes of transmission, whether it is air, water and not. We need to take the precautions. What type of precautions we need to take? We need to use mask, we need to use hand gloves, sanitizer. Okay, this is related to corona, but what about regularly? Corona is, I think, near about 6 to 8 months. Okay, it is there. Okay, previously it was not there, but still previously there were many communicable diseases over there. How can we restrict the communicable diseases? The best example, yesterday I told you that we should avoid eating roadside food or uncovered food, whatever we see on the road. Okay, this sells the food items and which is completely uncovered. So you can guess that how much carriers carry the germs. Now here the matter of carriers. Suppose a pani puri wala took his that bowl and all that in open space. You all know that it is raining now. Okay, so what happens? Whatever the germs produced by the garbage or by the waste material, the flies and the insects carries that germs through them, and whenever they settle down on any food item or any water source, the germs enters into that food. Okay, and whenever we eat the food, the germs enter in our body. Okay, so what happens? Who are the corona carriers, and what is been the mode of transmission here? Here that flies are the carrier. Sorry, not By mistake I said corona, but that is the germ. Who are the carrier of that germs? Flies are the carrier of the germ. They carries the germs on the food. And what is the mode of transmission? Mode of transmission means how they entered in our body. They entered in our body through the food. So food is the mode of transmission for us. Okay. So there are many mode of transmission. Just like I told you, a very deadly disease nowadays most of the Indians are facing. That is not corona. That is tuberculosis. If you guess it, in 1 year, near about 10,000 to 15,000 people die due to tuberculosis. Okay, it is also a communicable disease. Okay, how we prevent the communicable diseases? I told you, avoid eating outside food. Okay, wash your hands frequently. Okay, second, whenever you are in a crowded area, if you sneeze and cough, use handkerchief while you are sneezing and coughing. Okay, so don't spit in the open. Okay, there are these things. Okay, these are the related to the manners, but also to the hygiene also. Okay, so we should follow these things to restrict the communicable diseases. Okay, those diseases not only spread through the human being, but also plants and animals also. It's like anthrax. Anthrax spread into animal and plants also. Okay, yellow vein, again that fungus. These are the we can say the diseases which affect the plants also. That means we are not the only species that is affected by microbes. All the living creatures present on the earth, whether it is human beings, whether it is plants and animals, are somewhere affected by germs or microbes, harmful microbes. Okay, so this is the point that I wanted to explain. So we should, whenever we have such kind of that situation, we need to be very careful about the germs. Once it is affected, if we have good immunity, no problem, we can cover from that disease. But what if our immunity system is not as strong as that microbe? Okay. Here is a simple formula. If our immunity system is stronger than that microbe, it will not harm us. If that microbe is stronger than our immunity system, then definitely it will affect us. So we need to be very careful. We should think about that. Whenever we are eating outside food, we should avoid uncovered food. Uncovered food. Okay. Mostly we should bring the parcels, and if you are really interested to eat the outside. Okay. In an open area, don't speak, coughing, sneezing, use handkerchief, wash your hands frequently. Okay. So these are the good hygienes we should follow this. Okay, to avoid this kind of germ. Okay. So this point we have learned that. Today's point is that microbes causing food poisoning. So it is one of the disease that is found in a poor people. Okay. Why I am talking about poor people? Okay. Now here is concern about the food poisoning. Now only we have just faced the summer season. We have entered in the monsoon. Right. Just now we have came from summer season. We observed that whenever our mother prepared the food in the morning and we kept in the open, we find out that up to the evening it starts smelling. Smelling also we can see the foul smell, a bitter taste. Okay, on that. So what it causes? See, there is one situation that each and every living creature need a suitable condition to survive. Okay, whatever it is, whether it is plants and animals. If you are not getting the suitable condition, we will die. Okay, so the same thing happens. The microbe germs in our body, on our body surface or in the atmosphere, wherever it survives, when it gets the right condition. If that microbes are not getting the perfect condition, it is difficult to survive. Not a single, any kind of virus will not survive. Okay. So same thing happen in summer season. Whatever the food items, whenever we prepare it, when we keep it in the open, we will not keep in the fridge. We will not keep in a fridge or in cold places. If you keep in a normal place, it starts smelling. Okay, it starts foul smell, bitter taste. What happens there? The microbes start germinating. Okay, why do the microbes start germinating? Mostly in summer season only, not in winter season. Okay, see, in summer season, the food item contains we can say a shelter for them. Okay, that is the right condition to multiplication of germs. Okay, this is the right condition for the multiplication of germs. Okay, so now here consider about right condition means what? You know that the temperature in summer season mostly 40 plus degrees Celsius. Okay, okay, outside, okay, 40 plus degrees. But if you consider at home, the temperature is near about 25 to 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, at our home, inside the home, we'll never keep our food outside the house. Okay, we keep in a kitchen, and that is the temperature near about 25 to 35 degrees Celsius, and that temperature is good or suitable for to germination of microbes. Okay, so that's why whenever we keep the food outside in the summer season, it started germinating microbes, and whenever we eat that food, that is causes the food poisoning. That causes the food poisoning for us. Okay. Now here I have mentioned one thing: food poisoning. Mostly the poor people suffer from the food poisoning. What is it? What is my intention to say this thing? Why poor people only survive by food poisoning? What we do? Whatever leftover food we have, we give it to the poor people or the beggars who will come at home. Okay. Okay. If you give them fresh food, then also they will collect the food from 5 to 6 homes. They will eat in the evening, and remaining food they try to eat in the morning. What happens in that period? Okay, evening to next morning. Okay, they don't have fridge. You know that the beggars they sit on the road, and that temperature causes the germination of microbes. Okay, and that microbes are harmful bacteria or the harmful germs for us. Okay, and whenever the people eat the spoiled food, that microbes enters in their body. Okay, and they releases toxic substance in the body. Okay, whatever toxic substance produced in that food. Okay, actually what happens, whenever they get the right condition, they start multiplying. Okay, each and every, I said, bacteria, protozoa, fungi and some algae, whenever they get the right condition, they start germinating. Okay, wherever, okay, and they germinate very rapidly. You can see, take a bread. Nowadays you can find it very easily. Take a bread, keep it in the open. Next morning or afternoon, you will find out the fungi on that. Okay. Again, up to the evening, it starts multiplying. Okay. The same thing happen here. When they get the right condition, they start germinating it in that food, and they releases or they produce toxic substance in that food. What they do whenever the microbes got the right condition in that food stuff or food item, okay, they started multiplying in that, and when they started multiplying, they produce toxic substance. Okay, and after that, spoiled food is full of toxic substances or toxic material. I said that spoiled food is full of toxic substances. Okay, it is related to it has that constituents of poison. That's why I said that food poison. It's create the poison, the toxic substances. Okay, whenever the person eats that toxic or spoiled food, that toxic substance as well as the germs enters in that person's body. Whether it is animal or human being, doesn't matter. Okay, when that toxic substance enters it starts damaging to our body, and it causes the food poisoning. Okay. Now we can take direct, it's just causes, it is just related to the food only. So what it will harm? Giddiness, okay, we start vomiting, okay. We'll say that, okay, that these are the symptoms and in worst situation we will be admitted into the hospital. But for the children and the old person, it causes death also. A good person who has a good immunity, he can resist the food poisoning no matter. He can resist food poisoning. Okay. But what about the persons who have less immunity, just like small children or old person? What about them? Can they resist this toxic substance in their body? So it is very difficult to resist the toxic substance in their body. So what we need to for that? Firstly, we need to store it at a proper place. Okay. What we need to do, we need to store it at the proper place, such as a fridge. We have fridge, keep that food into fridge. But best example, according to Indian culture, so I'm talking about Indian culture, we don't have the system of stale food for our ancestors. For our ancestors, whatever our forefather were there, na, they prepare the food for only one time. They never put extra. They never prepare extra food. Okay, fridge. It is not a part of Indian culture. I think last year I told you about it. Fridge is a part of Western culture. Why they need fridge? Because they have a very cold region. They are living in the cold places, okay, or desert places. In that situation, they don't have a perfect condition to store the food and items. That's why they made the fridge. Okay, and they don't have easy access of vegetables and fruits. They will not get the vegetables and fruits easily. But we, as Indian, we have a very easy access of fruits and vegetables. Okay, and we can say we don't need to store it every day. What we talk, array, fresh fruits we should eat, fresh vegetable we should eat. So why we bring fruits and vegetables for a whole week? Every 100 to 200 steps, I'm talking about steps. After every 100 to 200 steps in Nanded, there is any vegetable shop or any vegetable market. Wherever you are living, in between the 100 to 200 steps, there is a vegetable market or access of vegetables. So why need to bring whole vegetables for a week? Every day you can bring fresh vegetables in it, so there is no need of fridge. Okay, so we are able to hear about food poisoning, so we can store it in a fridge and a particular places where they will not get a suitable condition to grow. Germs will not get a suitable condition to grow. Okay, that's why we need to avoid food poisoning. Okay, now the next topic, other harmful microbes or the situations. Other harmful microbes and situations, what happens whenever there were insect bites. Okay, just like malaria. Okay, it is somewhere related to human beings only, spreading of diseases. Anaphylaxis, what it carries when it sucks the blood, the person is affected by malaria and another person, okay, the sucking the blood, here is the transmission of germs. Okay, so that harmful microbes are also transmitted through other mediums. Okay, so I hope you understood the complete point harmful bacteria, whether it is disease causing germs in plants, animals and human beings, afterwards food poisoning or other harmful ways through that the microbes affect on our body. Next point is food preservation. Today I am going to tell only an introduction part of this point. Okay, food preservation means what? Why we need to preserve the food? Okay, here it is related. We need to preserve the food to avoid food poisoning or avoid germination of microbes or to avoid the production of toxic substances. We need these processes. Okay, we use food preservation for long lasting of our food items or the food material. Okay, this point we are going to learn in next video. I hope you understood this point thoroughly. Harmful bacteria or harmful microbes. Okay, if you have any doubt, clear it very necessary. Contact me and clear your doubts. Thank you and have a nice day for today.